Welcome back to Weather Nation. We have breaking news. This is a disturbance that will potentially be impacting hundreds of thousands of people. We are talking about a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of the Midwest as this storm system continues to move east. And here it is right here, moving to the north at about 9 miles per hour. Showers and storms will really start to fire up and blossom. And you can see that continuing. By the time we get to 5 p.m., a lot of us in the Northeast should be drying out, but we'll notice a few snow flurries out there. When we take a look at the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, we're noticing now a moderate risk for severe weather across parts of the high plains. I want to let you know we're keeping track of Amelia. Right now, max winds at 40 miles per hour. It's a tropical storm, but it's forecast to more or less stay a storm and then eventually weaken. Let's talk about what's happening at the moment. We have rain showers covering a good part of the southeastern United States and even into parts of Texas and West Texas. You'll notice here they are still dealing with wintry weather. Thanks again for tuning in. Meteorologist Marcus Walter here. We'll put the radar into motion. You see the rain still falling across parts of Texas, but also stretching across parts of the Great Lakes. But let's zoom in where we have most of the activity this morning. We have some intense showers and some storms out there. Nothing severe at this point, but still showers and storms moving across pretty much all of western and northern Louisiana into western parts of Mississippi as well. This will make for a very wet commute. If you can wait a little bit, definitely do that. But if you have to go out, know that conditions will be very wet and potentially dangerous on those roadways. And as we look toward Texas, we're still noticing rain, but it's continuing to move east. So Houston, while you still have rain out there now, still have some thunder nearby, a lot of that will be moving east. And speaking of east, here's a look at the setup for today for severe weather. We're looking at the greatest risk across parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and to Louisiana. In these areas, we could be dealing with hail, strong wind, but also we have a tornado threat. And so as we look toward Montgomery, Mobile, Gulfport, Mississippi, New Orleans, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all of these areas dealing with the threat for severe weather. Now here's our setup overall. We have an area of low pressure that will continue to move across this region today. We'll have likely showers and storms still out there, and we'll get more developing along some of those same areas with showers and storms already. And then on top of that, we have a strong jet that will support more severe weather throughout the day. So this is really the track of this system as it continues to move east. Heavy rain across Louisiana, storms across Louisiana into Mississippi and Alabama as well. But eventually eastern Texas, you will start to dry out. But we still have a lot of rain on the way. Take a look at this rain that will continue for a lot of people through today into Friday. Heavy rain across Louisiana, but also heavy amounts of rain across eastern parts of Kentucky. But now for a little bit more on what we are watching, let's talk about baseball because this is opening day, Patrick. I know you're a huge baseball fan, and the weather will be a big issue for a few teams out there. Meteorologist Marcus Walter, and again, this is a disturbance we're following. We've been seeing steady rain and showers across parts of Cuba. We've been seeing a lot of activity across this area, but it has continued to expand. And as we track this system, still technically it is in Vest, but at the top of the hour, it'll officially change over to subtropical storm Alberto. Either way, as we track the center of this storm system, all the models are now indicating, and each of these lines indicate where the center of the storm could go. All of these lines are in pretty good agreement that this storm system will be traveling north and then take a somewhat left turn and puts it anywhere between Florida and eastern parts of Louisiana. So these are the areas that will likely deal with some of the direct impacts from the system, but a lot of the southeast, we're talking about just rain, a lot of rain. Take a look at this in particular, rain between now and 10 a.m. Wednesday. We're looking at very heavy rain across much of Alabama, western Florida, even over toward Mississippi, and even over toward eastern parts of Louisiana, as well as South Florida. And again, we're still talking about heavy rain falling across Cuba as well. Now, because of all the rain that's on the way, we have flood alerts that are out there, flash flood watches that are in place across Atlanta and Macon, and also across western Florida, Mobile, Alabama, and over towards southern parts of Mississippi as well. But these alerts will likely expand as this storm system gets closer and closer to our region. On top of that, because of the persistent wind helping to push the waters up against the shores, we're talking about some rip current concerns out there. It is low across the Carolinas, but the rip current threat definitely increases as we look toward the eastern shores of Florida, toward the Florida Keys, and also toward the western shores of Florida, and all the way over towards southern parts of Mississippi.